Okay, YouTubers, it is Wednesday, August the 19th, and it is time for a Carolina Reaper grow update video. Oh, what a difference a month has made. Quite a bit of difference between now and just 1 month ago. The plants are big, and I finally have got some peppers. I don't have any ripe ones. They're starting to ripen, but I'll shoot a quick video just to show you all the progress. Nice cluster of pods right there. That one is starting to ripen. That's what they'll look like when they first start to ripen. They'll go from that kind of lime green color. They'll get kind of like a purple look to them, and then they'll slowly ripen to that beautiful crimson red. When you see that crimson red, you've got a hot Carolina Reaper ready to eat. That's one that I set out, I think this was one of the last ones I set out. This is just now starting to get some peppers. You can see that. This thing is full of flowers. It'll be full of peppers here pretty soon, hopefully. I fertilized these real well yesterday. I got some of the Miracle-Gro water-soluble fertilizer. Just put that in a watering can and fertilize them that way. This one's full of flowers as well. I think this one was the first one I set out, but for some reason this one was kind of slow to set pods. Not sure why. You'd think that one would have been the first one to get the pods. It was a late bloomer for some reason. A bunch on this one. A little bit of a stinger on that one. There's some good ones. Nice cluster right there. I like the tail on that one right there, if I can focus in on here. Ooh, that's got a nice tail. That's got a nice stinger on that one. Most of the ones that I've seen this year, they don't really have a really good stinger, except for a few of them. Of course, that's pretty normal. You get a lot of variation in the size and shape of these pods. Has some of my cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna eat those a little bit later when they all ripen. Those look really good. Those are about ready to eat now, looks like. That's a gorgeous one right there. Trying to grow the Brandywines too, but I haven't had much luck with those. But I've had better luck with these little cherry ones. More cherry tomatoes there. Again, those are about ready to eat. I think that's Brandywines right there. Not ready to eat yet. Still flowering. All right, let's get back to the Reapers. Nice cluster there of Reapers. The ones on this plant right here are huge. Really big ones. There's a nice one. Starting to turn. This one right here is absolutely exploding. This thing is full of peppers. That's probably my best plant right there, and that's one of the ones that I set out later. But it is absolutely full of pods. Wouldn't be surprised if there's probably 50 or 60 on that one plant alone, or in that one pot. I've got everything in these tomato cages. I've also got these sticks. These sticks probably really aren't necessary with the cages, but I've stuck them in there anyway since I already had them. There's another really nice one full of pods. Oh, look at that bad boy right there. I'm keeping that one for seeds. I got to keep that one right there for seeds. That is a really gnarly, nice looking one with a nice little stinger tail on the end of it. Oh, look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? I love growing these Reapers. There's just something about them. They just look so cool, especially when they get ripe. Here's another one that I set out kind of late. Doesn't really have a whole lot on it. I think it's got one little bitty one right there. That's probably about all. But it is full of flowers. Won't be long. I figure I got maybe, I don't know, maybe 2.5 months left. Here we are, what, mid-August. So I figure probably September, October, hopefully if the weather stays warm here in central Kentucky. We've had a lot of rain. It's been fairly warm, but it's been very wet. We've had a very wet summer. Tons of rain, which I guess is a good thing. I'd rather have too much rain than to be in drought conditions like we usually are in summer in central Kentucky. But we definitely getting the rain this year. Nice cluster of peppers right there, looking good. Got a few on this plant here. Most of these are kind of small. It is full of pods. So again, won't be long. Nice flower right there. There's a few on this plant right here. Again, felt like that other one. Not a whole lot to show you on that one. That's about it, really. Just a quick Carolina Reaper grow update. I'm trying to think of how many of these I've set out. I believe I've got, if my count is correct, 38, 39. I think I had 40 at one time, and I think one of them, I think I had one that didn't make it for whatever reason. I think that maybe a root disease or something got it. These things have absolutely exploded in the last month. If you go back and look at the video I shot back in July, and then compare it to this one, daylight and dark. I mean, these Carolina Reapers, these super hots, it seems like it takes forever for them to get going. But once they get established, man, they just take off. That's it for now. Please stay tuned to my channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. I don't post a ton of videos on here, but I try to do an update at least once a month. If you got any questions, please comment below. I do read all comments. I try to respond to all of them if you got any questions or anything. That's it for now, folks. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.